So finally, today we're going to talk about budget a little bit. And first, I want to share a main principle of finance. It's really biblical ideas, but anybody can use them in their life to improve their financial situation. For believers, we of course need to remember that everything is God's. Our money is God's money. We're merely stewards of it. Here's the 4 principles that will help you to manage your finances and get better at them. First, it's a silly one, but it's so true. Spend less than you earn. It's the first one. Spend less than you earn. Second, stay out of debt. Do not use debt. Try to eliminate debt. Third, save up for unexpected. Emergency fund is what we call it. Something happens, you do stay out of debt because you have this money. And the fourth one, long-term goals, specifically retirement. Those 4 principles will help you to get better at your finances. I highly recommend podcasts that I just heard yesterday. I was listening to it. And it's a Family Life Today podcast that I listen every day. But they were talking about finances, specifically for a family, but it will also be applicable for individual, and it's a good stuff, really good stuff. You want to listen to this. So today is Friday, payday, yay! Usually what I do is I set up my budget. And budget is a spending plan. As I said before, we want to stay out of debt. So to do that, you need to know, like any company does, their budget basically. You need to know how much you make and how much you spend, and then you can make adjustments. So if you calculate all the spendings and you see that you spend more than you make, then you need to make some cuts, or you need to start making more money. There's 2 ways really, apart from debt, and debt is not a good option. But you either make more or spend less. So a lot of times we can spend less. This is what I do on Fridays. I pull out my phone and I go to my bank. In my bank, I know how much we made, right? So it's Friday, payday for us. Money gets deposited onto our account. After I see how much I got paid, I have a spreadsheet for my budget, and I put the number up top, and I actually copy how much we can spend for every category. I actually try to set up a budget for somebody who would make like minimum wage and see what you can do with it. There's a lot of information on compass1.org, I believe. I'll look it up and I put a link on the bottom there in the description below, and you can go and check it out, and it's really helpful stuff. It's really helped us. It took me years though to come up with my own system and just discipline myself. It's hard to spend only what you have and not spend more and get into debt. Now we have only our student loans, $8,000, which we want to pay off by this summer, before our baby is born. That's our goal. So it is 10 degrees outside, and what I try to do when the weather is below freezing, below 32, I go and start my car and my wife's car so that it's all warmed up, and I clean it up out of snow. Cars are started. Starting in like 30 minutes before I actually need to go. This way they are nice and toasty. Okay, this is how you budget. Say you make $9 per hour. You work 40 hours a week. You make $360, right? Minus your taxes, you make $300 a week, right? You see it? Okay. So that's weekly, right? And that means you make $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month, right? That's how you make your budget. You look how much you make, and then you take out everything that you actually pay. For example, when we were renting an apartment, we paid $500 a month for apartment. means $500 a month, and then that means, so for 4 it will be $125 weekly, right? And say let's say a grocery is $60 a week, $60 a week, and then it's gonna be $240 a month. And then say our gas, right now our gas is $90 a month. Then it was even more, but let's go with 90. That would be divided by 4, 22, 23. Let's go with 20. No, divided by 4. Yeah, 23. Well, I mean, you obviously can. I don't deal with pennies, so let's go with 23 weekly. And then you have, what else? You have insurance. Say our car insurance is about under 100 a month for 2 cars. That would be, well, we pay for 6 months because it is cheaper. So let's say 25. So, and then say I have a car payment that is $500 a month, right? Or I want to get a car, that payment would be $500. That would be 125 weekly. So, and then we add our spendings up. So it's 125, 185, 208, 233. So here it will be 233. After what we make, we have $67 left, right? So we cannot spend 125 more. So we can't afford a car that costs $500 a month. We can't afford that. So that's how you find out what you can afford and what you can't afford. You look at what you make, and then look at all your spendings. Then you have a cell phone, right? So say your cell phone bill is $50, right? $50 you can't afford, but you try to find a better deal on everything, all your spending. So $50 right a month, so that would be like $13. And what else you have? You want to go on a date with your girlfriend, so you want to spend $20 a week, right? So you put 20, you write down everything, you know, dates on the side here, so this way you can tell. And then this is your budget for $9, you know. This is how you create budget. And that's probably going to be it for today. It's very important to have budget. This way you do not spend more money than you make. We give 10% to the church, to God, to show that we trust Him. You want to save money also. You don't want to just spend everything. You want to first establish the emergency fund and put away a little bit, even however you can afford after your budget, you put it in there. At first they're complicated, but then once you actually set it up, it is amazing. Another thing, set up pocket money is what we call it, pocket money, or money that you can spend on anything you want. And like anything, you want a piece of gum, go buy it. You know, candy, go buy it. You want chips, go buy it. Because everything else would be paid, or there would be money for everything else, for all your bills. If you outline them, organize them, and you see what you can make and you can't make. We just switched from the cheapest internet possible from Warner Cable. People were paying $15 a month for internet. Now that I'm doing vlog, we actually upped our internet to $35 a month, which is obviously more expensive, more than twice as expensive, but we need it now. So for the vlogging, to upload videos. But I don't know if you can tell or not, I'm very passionate about finances and all the stuff. If I would know that 10 years ago when I just first came to America, it would make a great impact on my life. So if you're a young person, if you're learning right now, you'll be better off than even I am right now. If you're an older person, it's never too late. If you will listen to podcasts, the guy explains it very well. If you mess it up, if you're already in debt, if you have all these things, it's not too late. Principles are still the same. You start spending less than you make. You try to get out of debt. You start saving for emergency fund, and you start thinking of your retirement. The earlier you start, the more compounding interest you will get. The more money your money will multiply faster, kind of thing. So those are the things I wish I would have known years back. And it's probably going to be a very long vlog. Thank you for listening about budgeting. If you have any questions, comment. If you like content, like it. Don't like it, don't like it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos about my life, who I am, what I do, what I'm passionate about, and hopefully get some advice along the way, what to avoid, what I have done, which works for me in finances and other areas of my life. Alright guys, and remember to be different.